It's no big secret that Stranger Things borrows heavily from the works of Steven Spielberg and Stephen King.
You read any Stephen King?
Even from the first moments of the trailer, it was apparent that Stranger Things was going to be a spot-on recreation of classic Spielberg.
This is Hawkins.
If it looked familiar, it's because it was a spot-on recreation of the trailer for Super 8, which itself was J.J. Abrams' spot-on recreation of classic Spielberg.
I've got nothing against your friends. I like your friends.
Plus, look at this poster. I mean, holy Drew Struzan. Then there's the title font, which inexplicably is not actually from any Stephen King book cover, but absolutely belongs in the Stephen Kingdom. The Spielberg influences are the easiest to spot, because they borrow much of the visual language from the 70s and 80s Amblin films. The narrative also borrows general tone from several of Spielberg's films, as well as specific thematic elements, such as from Jaws, where we get a police chief displaced into a small town by a desire to distance themselves from their past in the big city.
Crime rate in New York will kill you. There's so many problems, you never feel like you're accomplishing anything. But in Amity, one man can make a difference.
Missing kid, suicide. You must feel like a big city cop again, huh, Chief?
Close Encounters of the Third Kind and Stranger Things are both set in Indiana, and feature a parent who becomes completely fixated on the supernatural, prompting friends and family to question their sanity.
Well, I guess you've noticed something that's a little strange with Dad.
Let me get this straight. Will, that's not his body because he's in the lights, right? And there's a monster in the wall. Do you even hear yourself?
I know it sounds crazy. I sound crazy. You think I don't know that? It is.
In both cases, it's brought to a head when they go so far as to destroy their own homes in an effort to understand supernatural messages only they receive. In a broad sense, Stranger Things also shares some of its DNA with Goonies, since it features a bunch of kids in an adventure without adult supervision. The tone, however, is much closer to Stand By Me, another, albeit darker, coming-of-age adventure based on Stephen King's novella, The Body. In fact, the kids auditioning for the lead roles in Stranger Things were asked to read lines from Stand By Me.
Skin it.
You dodged.
Okay. I'll shake. On one condition. We forget the weirdo and go straight to the gate. Then the deal's off. Fine! Fine!
No, not fine. Guys, seriously?
The government agency responsible for bringing the Upside Down to the right side, regular stuff, as a result of attempts to see into another dimension, is almost straight from Stephen King's The Mist.
How they thought that there were other dimensions, you know, other worlds all around us, and how they wanted to try and make a window, you know, so they could look through and see what's on the other side. Right?
Well, maybe your window turned out to be a door, didn't it?
Not mine, those scientists!
Oh, the scientist.
Yes, the
Yes.
Will's shortcut through Mirkwood on his way home from Mike's and subsequent disappearance may also seem familiar to Stephen King fans.
You shouldn't have gone through the woods. It's a shortcut. Wait! Danny, wait!
In Salem's Lot, the first victim, Ralphie, is attacked and goes missing after taking a shortcut through the woods on his way home from a friend's house.
She always hangs out with those losers.
Losers? What losers?
The Losers Club. yeah, the Losers Club.
The group of friends in Stranger Things bears a striking resemblance to the Losers Club from Stephen King's It. They face completely terrifying, totally up for murder bullies and throw rocks at them. They also face completely terrifying, does nothing but murder monsters.
And the guns shout above our heads,
and shoot slingshots at them.
and we kiss as though nothing could fall.
The character 11 is an amalgam of Stephen King characters with telekinetic powers. Carrie from Carrie, and Charlie from Charlie. No, that's Charlie from Firestarter.
She's special. Born with abilities.
Characters in universe are even aware of these similarities.
You read any Stephen King?
11 and Charlie both received their powers as a result of government testing on their mothers.
They'd pay, a couple $100, give them drugs, psychedelics, LSD mostly.
It is essentially a hypnotic, mild hallucinogenic.
They wanted to expand the boundaries of the mind.
Firestarter also sees one of the earliest uses of the psychic nosebleed trope. While Charlie from Firestarter can start fires, Carrie and 11's powers fall more under the umbrella of general telekinesis.
Well, sorry about this incident, Cassie.
It's Carrie!
We'll pray.
No!
We'll pray, woman.
And they both come from, we'll say, controlling parents. Carrie, Charlie, and 11 are all generally good kids who are just occasionally prone to horrific psychic violence. And here's this as a bonus. Seemingly the biggest influence, what Stranger Things borrows from the most, is E.T. Mike's discovery and taking in of 11 closely mirror Elliot and E.T. Both stories also feature single divorced mothers barely making ends meet.
Such bullshit.
Language.
Con. There's nothing like that, penis prep.
As well as families so screwed up, they don't even notice when their kid is keeping an alien or mutant preteen girl in their own house. E.T., 11, wanders around her temporary housing while Mike is at school, and she develops a taste for junk food. E.T., 11, makes toys fly. She encounters Yoda. She gets dressed up to go out.
Oh, God! Thank you.
A bunch of dicks in hazmat suits even track down 11. E.T. A gang of friends help the alien, or mutant preteen girl, respectively, escape and give chase to their pursuers on bikes. But it's not until the alien or mutant preteen girl use their vaguely defined powers, the best kind of powers, to finally escape. Hey everybody, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. And I want to remind you to subscribe so that you'll be the first to know when I come out with new videos. I got a couple really cool stuff in the works. One about the first time we ever heard Charlie Chaplin's voice. in a film, as well as chronicling the history of films that Michael Jackson almost starred in. So if you want to see those, make sure you subscribe, and thank you again.